I hopped on social media today and I immediately saw that Rockstar Games was trending. And usually that typically means there's some sort of news surrounding Rockstar, Grand Theft Auto 6, or in this case, their parent company, Take-Two Interactive. And usually when we reference Take-Two Interactive, it's because we typically hear from them around their earnings calls that happen 4 times a year, or there's been a statement made from some of the executives and CEO like Strauss Zelnick. But in this case, it's actually some really bad news. And upon looking up Rockstar Games, you got some awful headlines. Grand Theft Auto 6 publisher cancels $140 million in new projects and lays off hundreds. Take-Two announces layoffs while canceling multiple in-development projects. GTA 6 publisher Take-Two to lay off 5% of its workforce and cancel games. GTA 6 and BioShock publisher Take-Two to lay off hundreds and cut projects. And so obviously just reading those headlines, that's not great news. But let's dive into what this actually means. So again, Take-Two Interactive, the publisher and parent company of Rockstar Games and GTA 6, announced massive cuts in an SEC filing at the end of yesterday's business. And the company revealed it will lay off 5% of its roughly 11,000 strong workforce and has canceled several in-development projects valued at $140 million in an effort at rationalizing its pipeline. In the filing, they go on to say the company estimates that it will incur approximately $160 million to $200 million in total charges in connection with the plan. The company expects $40 million to $60 million of the total charges to result in future cash expenditures. The total charge consists of approximately $120 million to $140 million related to title cancellations and approximately $25 million to $35 million associated with employee severances and employee-related costs, and approximately $15 million to $25 million related to office space reductions. So immediately when you see that, you're like, oh my God, in-development projects canceled. Does that mean GTA 6 is canceled? The answer to that is no. Grand Theft Auto 6 obviously is not canceled, but it looks like some of their more in-development projects are. Now, we don't know what those might be. Those might be completely unannounced titles, but it's not GTA 6. We know that because it is still currently announced and set to arrive, or at least slated to arrive, in 2025. But Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive have decided they are going to be canceling up to $140 million in projects, and you saw some of the other things that are going on there with relationship to employee salaries and office spaces, etc. So at the end of the day, this is really just not great news, and even though this isn't a cancellation of Grand Theft Auto 6, it doesn't mean there won't be any impacts here. We don't know if this will lead to a delay or if this will lead to the game coming out months after it was originally scheduled. These are just all things we don't know that happen behind closed doors at Take-Two Interactive and Rockstar's parent company. And what's strange about this is this comes less than a month after Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick told IGN in an interview that the company has no current plans to lay off any more employees following a cost reduction program teased in a March investor call. Remember, when asked about that, he said, "We haven't put any meat on the bones of that yet. I would just note that our biggest line item of expense is actually marketing. We do think we can optimize that. We also have third-party expenses, software, other vendors, supply services, and we always find opportunity there. The hardest thing to do is lay off colleagues, and we have no current plans." So in just a month's time, that is a complete 180, and honestly, you just feel bad for the people that were let off here. It is a rough time in the video game industry right now, with layoffs and cuts and people losing their jobs left and right. It really is a tough industry to be in right now. So just to quickly recap, about 5% of Take-Two Interactive's workforce, which will include some Rockstar Games employees, is going to be laid off, and some of their games will be canceled. The move is set to save around $165 million a year, and while that move has already been approved by its board, it also calls for the company to find more efficiencies across the business in order to boost profit margins. And we know that in 2025, Grand Theft Auto 6 will arrive, which is expected to bring in billions of dollars in revenue for the company. As we know, GTA 5 sold $1 billion in units in just a matter of days. days. So really, where does things leave us right now? I guess we just have to wait for Take-Two Interactive to respond to this. And luckily for them, and I guess for us, we don't have to wait long. We know that they are going to have one of their earnings calls where they go over their full 2024 fiscal year results. Hopefully on then they clear up some of this negative news, and they also give us some details surrounding Grand Theft Auto 6 and hopefully reassuring us that the game is not going to receive a delay and is still on schedule for 2025, and possibly even giving us some details on when we might be able to pre-order the game, when the title might actually be releasing, and so on. And remember that this is happening at the exact same time that Rockstar Games is forcing all of their employees to return back to the office full time. There's no longer going to be a work from home or even hybrid program that began at the start of the pandemic. So needless to say, it's a rough time in the video game industry right now. My thoughts go out to anyone working in that sector, developers, artists, etc. And in some cases, and I'm not saying directly at Rockstar Games, many places in the media and gaming industries have already shown rehiring the same positions but for much less pay. So honestly, right now, things are just really rough in regards to workers' rights and honestly, job security too. And where I want to wrap things up is to kind of try and answer a question that I'm sure a lot of you guys are asking, and that might be, what are these layoffs for? Probably a lot of people are thinking, is it not better to have more employees working on these games, which would lead to better quality, etc.? And it's for various reasons, but one of them is profit margins have decreased for basically every AAA video game studio in the industry. Also, a lot of publishers were over-invested during the pandemic, or over-invested in trends like mobile, which has since declined. And keep in mind that Take-Two Interactive is a publicly traded company whose sole purpose at the end of the day is to constantly grow and make money, and to stop the decline and start appearing to grow again, they're doing these mass layoffs. So they're still making money hand over fist, they just want the line on the graph to go upwards instead of being flat. But at the end of the day, hopefully this has a minimum impact at Rockstar Games, but who knows with this industry at the moment what's going to happen. But anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. Let me know what you think about everything we discussed in this video today, sort of the bad news surrounding Rockstar Games and their parent company Take-Two Interactive, and what sort of impact do you think this will have on GTA 6? Let me know what you guys are thinking in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. Or as always, you can reach out to me on my Facebook page where you can send messages, photos, videos, and a whole lot more. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.